Hi everybody, this is Andy from Skills for New Media, bringing the latest reviews, tutorials and creative experience online. And today I'm going to be teaching you some new Excel skills. So make sure you like the video, share the content and subscribe to our channel. Let's give this a go. Why hi there everybody and welcome back to Skills to Media, and this is video number 3 going through VBA forms and using the ratio buttons and how to use the ratio buttons within VBA user forms. So already we've created this very simple spreadsheet where we're going to enter name of the person, the age, their sex and whether they own a property. So in some respects you could use this for maybe a survey. Okay, and you could extend this out. And we've designed our form where we've got a text fields for the name and also the age, and you've got these ratio buttons. So now comes the fun bit of doing the coding to get the data into the spreadsheet. So let's go back to VBA, and from here this is where we're going to start putting the coding in. So we're going to put the coding within the user form here. So on the top of head we've got clear button, command button and command 3. So first of all I'm going to right click, I'm going to copy that there actually to start off with. So from here I'm going to right click on the user form and select view code. So first of all we're going to start off with a sub or a private sub to close the form. So private sub command button 2. So command button 2 is the cancel one, and then we're going to put underscore click and then function. Okay, so what we're saying is when you click command button 2, which is our cancel button, do this. Okay, so this is where it does the magic. So I'm going to put unload me. I'm just going to save. So from here I'm going to go back to our form to test this out. So from here, when I click the cancel button, it closes down. Click the cancel button, it closes down. Great stuff. Okay, so going back to VBA, let's work on the clear button. Okay, so from here, I go to user form, view code. I'm just going to copy this. Just going to paste it down there. I'm going to put command button 1. Okay, so this is the clear button. Okay, so from here, we're going to go from here. We need to find out what our invisible boxes are. So first of all, that first invisible box, it says text box 2. So I've just copied that. I just want to know what the other one is as well, and that's text box 4. So we need to think about text box 2 and 4 on this form. Go back to use view code. Text box 2 value equals speech marks. Text box 4 value equals speech marks. Perfect. Okay, just going to save that. Just make sure that actually works. So I go back to my user form. I'm just going to type in anything in there. Click clear, and as you can see, it's cleared out those. Okay, so from here, I'm going to start off with these buttons, at least one of them actually selected as soon as we open that form. So let me just cancel that. So we're going to go back to VBA. So as you can see here, when you select this, it says locked as the value false. Now, when I change that to true, that is going to change. As you can see, that's true. And down the bottom here, do you own your own property? I'm just going to change that to true anyway. just like that. Okay, so now when we open that form, let's just go back to our form again. Show, you can see that it's selected, but you still have the options to select either no or yes. Okay, so that's great. Next part. Now comes the fun bit. So again, we go back to the form, right click, view code. The next button is the submit part. So remember that was command button 3. So if I go back to form, so when you select that there, you should have the name of the asset as command button 3. Okay, so just go back, view code. So what we need to do is get VBA to actually find out the next empty row. So first of all, let's just get rid of that. I'm going to type dim variable empty row is long. Okay, as long. Okay, so I'll just do that again. So it says dim empty row as long. Okay, and now we need to find out what the name of that first sheet is. So it says sheet 1. Go back to VBA. So this is going to be making sheet 1 active. Sheets. Let's create a space. Sheets. Sheet 1. Activate. Okay, so that's telling sheet 1 to activate. Now, if you change the name of that sheet to survey, you're going to have to change the code. You're going to be changing the name within VBA. So, going back to VBA, I could change that to survey. Oop. Sheets 1. Okay, so that is now called survey. Okay, so that would be activating the sheet. Now, it's always a good thing to put comments within your coding. So, putting the comments, I'll put that what are they called? It's not speech mark. Is it exclamation mark? Who knows anyway. So we're going to go from here. I'm going to put comment, determine the next empty row. Close. So you can see it's greened out there that shows that a comment has been put in there. So I'm going to type now empty row equals work sheet dot function dot count A. I'm going to go to range in brackets speech marks A, so this is column A, so we're counting another bracket plus 1. Okay, so we've done that bit, so it's working out that part, that there is going to be working out the next empty row. Next part is transferring the information. So I'm just putting in some notes, transfer information. As you can see, it's greened out. Cells. Okay, so we open the brackets, empty row. So it's finding the next empty row without any data in. And then we want it in column 1. Value equals. Okay, so this is our first text box. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy that there for time and paste. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. Now we want to put the next part, the age, into column 2. So as you can see there, next empty row offset, which is the second column, and we want text box 4. So what I'm going to do is just going to test that out. So I'm just going to save. back to our spreadsheet, name, Andy. Make sure you put in the 454. I'm old, what can I say? So as you can see there has been an error. So I've done something wrong within this line here. Okay, so let me just do that again. Empty rows long. And as what I can see is that what I've done is I put a full stop in between. Okay, so I'm just going to stop that. And I'm going to go back to user form. Sometimes you don't get it perfectly right. So now that row says empty row equals worksheet function dot count a range, and then we've got in there a to the looking in column A plus 1. So let's just go back to the spreadsheet. Okay, so let's see if that works. Test data, submit, and there you go. So our test worked. So that data's gone into the next empty row. But I wish you can see the data's there. So we've still got to do the radio buttons. So we're just going to go back to VBA, right click on user form, view code. Okay, perfect. So let's do the radio buttons. So we need to know what the name of the assets of those radio buttons are. So first of all, so that is radio button 1, female's radio button 2. And I would think this is radio button, so that was 3 and 4, 4 and 3. Okay, so going back, view code. Now from here, we're going to go if, so this is an if statement. If option button 1 equals true, then cells, and then we've got brackets, oops, then we put on here empty row, third column, dot value equals male. Okay, so what we're saying there is if option button 1 says true, or the button's been clicked, then your empty row plus 3 columns in will be the value of male. So what I'm going to do is copy that for time's sake. So what I did, I selected with the left button, holding Control and C down together and pasting. So option button number 2, this is female. So from there, I'm just going to put in female. And then we're going from here, we copy, and then we go from here. Option 4, this will be for the do you own a house, yes or no. So that's yes. And option button number 3, if true, will be no. So let's test this out. Great stuff. Okay, so we're nearly there with the form. I click on there. I'm going to put a name in there. Okay, so there's a couple of things we do need to sort out is the tab index. Andy Smith. We're going to select female and no. So let's see if that went put in there, and there you go. So let's just complete the form, because what we want to do is clear this out after you've actually submitted. So going back to VBA, so a couple of things I want to change is the invisible boxes. We need to change the tab index. So that is the order that we put the data in. So when you go to selecting that invisible box there, I'm looking for tab index and you see it's 5. And what I want is that as 1, that one as 2, and then submit. Oh, and this one as 3. So each time we tab, it moves on to the next one. And that one is 4. And then last of all, that will be 5. So when you press the tab button entering data, it all should move on. So let's complete this. Go back to the user form, click on view code. So this part here is all about the coding being put back into the Excel spreadsheet. Now what we want to do is clear those text boxes that we're writing data in, the name and also the age. So I'm just going to do is copy up the top here and paste that down the bottom. So what it's now doing is, once you put all the data into those boxes, what I want you to do is clear out those boxes. Okay? And what we could also do is just copy that. So I'm hoping value equals true. Okay, and same thing from option button number 4, and save. So let's go back to the form, see if that works. So we're going back to the, clicking on show, let's put in a name in there, Karima James, who's male. Does he own a property? No, he doesn't. So we submit that, and automatically it's cleared it out, and also return the radio buttons back to the state they started in. Then we move on to the next one. Josie Wheels. Okay, who's 34, female, does she own property? Yes, and so on. And as you can see, it's a lot easier to put the data in, and we've got a nice looking user form, which you can clear, which you can cancel, and also submit the data. So that's the end of our third video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you learned something new. So today you've learned how to input data or create a VBA user form and using the radio buttons within a VBA user form. And I hopefully will catch you in the next video. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the content, and I'll check you out in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you later.